this is gonna be heavy. Oh god. Oh, my back. Okay. Shit. Okay. I'm just gonna take my paint outside. It's like paint. Hold on. Okay. Hello. Hold on. You're gonna have to be upside down so I can open my freaking door. There we go. Oh my god. I'm just trying to get my paint outside. Today we're gonna be working on what I would like to say is gonna be my most expensive painting of this year. Simply because of the pigment I'm using. I need to get some acrylic base so that I can use it more freely, but for now it's just gonna act as a watercolor. I got it at a discount because it was the 10-year anniversary of it. It sucks that the signature's kind of rubbed off a little, but this is The World's Pinkest Pink. By Stuart Semple. Here's an entire canvas of The World's Pinkest Pink. It was $14 for me to get it, but that was just for the shipping. Typical price for it is $22 plus shipping. Yeah, it does look pink for some reason. The camera does not capture it in any of the slightest ways. This is quite literally the pinkest pink I have ever seen. And no, I am not Anish Kapoor. I'm allowed to use it. If you know, you know. Okay. There's like this giant art drama between Stuart Semple and Anish Kapoor. So, the only reason I'm allowed to buy it is because I am not Anish Kapoor. I'm gonna drag my chair over here so that I can... Hold on. Hold on, y'all. You're gonna have to be upside down again. So I can pick up my freaking chair. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Woo. Okay. Ah. Oh my gosh. My thing doesn't want to stand up anymore because I have a phone charm on it now. I don't know if you can see that. You probably the camera probably can't see it. But I have a like phone dingly charm thing now. What if I just unclip it? Hold on, chat. As I need to stand my phone up so that I can continue with the live stream. There we go. I just had to unclip it, but look at how cute she is. And she makes rainbows. Yes. She makes sparkles and rainbows everywhere. I just dropped her. That's okay. Anyway, she's pretty cutesy. Yeah. We're gonna continue working on this. I don't know what it's gonna be yet. I have not decided. There we go. Okay, we just have to clean that up. I don't really know what I'm making yet, so we'll figure that out. Oh yeah. What to do now? me when I'm looking at the most expensive base of painting that I have. Oh. I cannot drop this shit, okay? Look at how pink. The camera doesn't do it justice. Neither does the lighting. It's just, yeah, it just is very, it's very pink, as one would expect. Hello. Hold on, I need to get a paintbrush. I should probably do that. Oh, my back, hold on. We're sitting back down because my back hurts. Oh. Okay. Me and my brittle back. Oh, I should have grabbed my cane. Oh, okay. I should probably get a paintbrush. Let's do that. I'm a freaking fan. Do y'all also own a wind machine? It's just a brand of fan. Trying to paint, possibly. I don't know, I don't really have inspiration. I just have really expensive pigments that I want to use. Paintbrushes, I think. Oh, paintbrushes. We acquired some paintbrushes. Yeah. Wind machine is basically just a brand of big old fans. That's my dog Bosco. Say hi. Me and my homeboy just straight chilling. Ain't that right, Bosco? Ain't that right? Why are you freaking out? What is there? Anyhow, this is my wind machine. No, please don't steal the pink. It's so expensive. Okay. Let's figure out where I want to take this art piece. I think I want to do black and pink. I think that would be a cool color way. So, yeah. Oh. Oh, I think I'm gonna have the plug on it. I do. I'm so professional, guys. I'm so great. I'm the greatest at getting paint in my mouth. They call. Damn it! It cut me off in the middle of my joke. Sometimes it glitches out, and then I'll have to resume the live, and it's just a lot of. Anywho, do you guys want to hear the rest of my joke? I'm so great at eating paint. Quite frankly, a lot of people say I'm the paint guzzler. That was the entirety of my joke. Not very funny, but you know, I thought it was funny. Okay. We acquired paint. Now I just need to get inspiration. I should have done that beforehand. What if I just start going in at it with zero direction? That could be cool. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna have to fucking say YOLO. No, I have ingested a lot of paint though. That I have done. Okay, we've made a line and there's no going back. So let's just go in and exaggerate all of that. Oh shit, I should probably... Okay. I don't know why I'm not sitting for this. It's probably because my paint is up there and not down there. So we're just... I should probably grab my back brace when we're standing for so long. It's fine. Okay. There's that. You know what? I actually have a vision now. Oh. Now that we have a vision, we can go to town on this painting. I think my vision is going to be kind of a sunset, but very specific. You wouldn't 100% get it. And I'm just gonna put the cap back on this one. Oh, it just sprayed on me. Yeah. I'm probably getting covered in paint right now, but I don't really care. Yeah, we're just gonna start with those two colors. Okay. I think that's normal. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Hold on, we gotta lock in. My shaky hands are not helping me. Okay. I'm gonna sit down for a second. Ooh. shout out. I'll still shout you out. Shout out to Molly. Sorry I haven't been, like, reading the chat. I've been trying to lock in on this painting. I figured out what I wanted to paint, so... Oh, thank you. I figured out what I wanted to paint, so I just kind of started locking in. This is where we're at right now. Y'all would not get it if I tried explaining it to you. Probably. I don't know. I have a vision. This vision requires some oranges as well. But more... What shade of orange? I think... Which one? Do you do red, orange, or orange? I think I should go with the yellows first. Hold on. Well, I have a vision here. There is a vision that I am going for. I have inspiration now. I'm gonna be, from memory, trying to capture the colors I saw in the sky the day that Everett died. Both oranges. That's actually kind of smart. And now we're using a more stippleish technique. Well, not stippling. What's the, like, stippling, except it's line... It's like stippling, but with lines. I forgot the name for that technique. Artists, don't come for me, please. I'm trying my best here. It kind of looks like... Hold on. Like that. I don't know. There's a technique. Oh, we're just gonna remove that comment. Fucking weird. Anyhow. Yes, we're using the ultimate paintbrush cleaning technique. Rubbing it on your arm. That's what I do with my makeup too. I just rub the brush on my arm until it's clean enough. Okay. I don't know. I was doing the Macarena completely wrong. I for like. Hey, Macarena, hi. Hello. Oh, my mom's gonna kill me for getting paint on that. That's fine. This table's really old. Now we're gonna go in with red, orange, or orange red. Weirdly labeled, but whatever. Oh, yeah, Z is still alive and has made it successfully back to Spokane. We're gonna try to hang out tomorrow. We were gonna hang out today, except Z has to do a shit ton of laundry because they were like low-key in Missouri for a month. Yeah, okay, hold on. Ugh. Oh, I love how there's like literally no difference between those two shades. What the heck? It's because it's on a darker background, isn't it? Hold on, I got an idea. think this goes to here. I'm trying to clean up as I go. Me having all of the original stoppers still in my paint. I take really good care of my paints, okay, guys? This looks like the first time I've ever used this color. Interesting. Yes, we love getting paint in our mouths. It's so great. Okay. Ah, fuck. Yeah, we need to go in with that color, but I need a new brush. Oh. Hold on. Go in with this. So we're gonna blend, make a blend color right at that range. Place right there. And then to finish it all off, we have this yellow color, and then I'll bring it down with a better yellow. Okay. There's a vision, I promise. Oh shit. Yeah. We're one big giant family over here. Oh my ankle has been bothering me since last night. I should probably grab my cane and also not stand on that ankle. Jeez, Marida. Huh. I may be a crippled person, but I'm also really dumb sometimes. Yeah. And we're just trying to... And I'm going completely based off of memory for this, so this may be bad. This may be awesome. We don't know. We're going based off of my very traumatized memory, too. Oh, yeah, by the way, my pastor has been yelling at me and Mama to go to... Oh, yeah, the curse is still going. Somebody did hex us, I fear. Because... Pop-Pop and yeah, Pop-Pop's back in the hospital again. No, it's fine. No, but yeah, no, Pop-Pop's back in the hospital again. Today he's having 2 of his toes removed. Because during all of the Everett stuff, he stubbed his toe, and he's a diabetic. Yeah, so... I don't know. I don't know which we fucking angered, but Pop-Pop's back in the hospital. He has to get 2 of his toes removed because they turned black, and one of them has a form of gangrene, and he also has to get blood, like, you know, like the plaque that builds up in your arteries. He has to get plaque removal because he has no blood flow in his legs. I don't really listen to Sleep Token. They're not my forte. Also, because one of my friends would probably beat me if I listened to Sleep Token, because he's like a music supremacist, bro. He keeps on yelling at me to listen to Cardiacs. He's like, you listen to Will Wood, right? You should listen to Cardiacs. You gotta listen to Cardiacs, man. Or he'll yell at me about Voivod, and I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about, man. Yeah, but, yeah, so he has to get 2 favorite surface of multi-purpose surface cleaner. I don't know. Yeah, but we have this, so we're gonna keep on working on that. Oh, jeez, I got another phone call. Yeah, but, yeah, so I'm actually just, what I'm painting right now is I'm trying to capture the sunset that I saw the night that Everett died. Well, technically, he died in the daytime. He died around noon. Well, around... No, you can't drink bleach. Also, bleach probably tastes really bad. Coming from somebody who has consumed quite a few toxic things, bleach probably does not taste the best. Also, don't we love my hair when it's brushed out, has 0 products in it, and isn't styled? Because yesterday I didn't even diffuse my hair. I didn't put any products in my hair. I just air dried it, and then this morning I just brushed it out because I forgot to sleep with the bonnet on. So now my hair is just a big old poof ball. That's what happens. Like, this is what curly hair looks like when it's undefined and has 0 products in it. That's what I am from Spokane, Washington. Yeah. I need to go back in with this brush. I need to clean, actually, hold on. No. Okay. You want inside, Bosco? Okay. Okay. We're back. Peak. I think. I don't know. Tell me if it's peak or not. I genuinely don't know anymore. I'm missing a paint. Oh, it's the black. I just haven't put it away yet. That could be it. Oh, someone's home. Flaxseed hair mask.
Oh, did Sissy leave you in here?
No, he was just outside. I just let him. He was at the door.
Sissy doesn't know.
He wanted inside. I was following his commands. I do love you, Bosco.
Okay, buddy. I know she doesn't love me. Sorry when you
I know. Bosco's just inside. No, that's my mom. Okay. I think that should be enough yellow. Okay, let's lock in here. Oh god, it's gonna... Oh, she wasn't that bad to spray off. I need to put my curse on him, bro, because jeez Louise. Okay, so let's see. Let's track this here, okay? First. Mama crashes. Ever crashes. Kim crashes. Mama's medical information is being handled improperly. My boyfriend dies from his injuries. My boyfriend dies from his injuries, and then Pop-Up has to go to the hospital because one of his toes is black and he has like 50% blood flow in his legs. Then Mima has to get surgery, and then she gets a fluid buildup in her lungs. And now Pop-Pop is back in the hospital because he has no blood flow in his legs and has to get 2 of his toes removed. So, whoever cursed me, whoever cursed my family, count your fucking days. Oh, and Mama's cousin got in a car accident and broke all of her ribs and her sternum and has brain swelling and both of her lungs are punctured. So, like, why did my family get cursed? Like, what did we do to deserve this shit, bro? Like, I swear we're nice. We are the nicest people you will ever meet. Genuinely. And I'm not, like, trying to, like, not genuinely, not even trying to toot my own horn. The Copeland family is the number one nicest family I have ever met. Considering I'm not even of their own blood, and they take me in as their own kid. Like, so much to the point where Mama just refers to me as her kid. I just am her daughter. This is a Supernatural shirt. You know that, right? See? It's a show about fighting demons and sending them back to hell. We love Dean Winchester here. No, but my shirt has a hole in it now because I went fishing in this shirt because I didn't want to overheat, right? And then weeds got caught on my fishing lure, so I had to get them off, but then after I got the weeds off, the lure, like, swung behind me and got stuck on the back of my shirt. Thanks a lot, Gabe, for taking me fishing. Like, this always happens. And, not to mention, I hit my head on Gabe's boat. Because I'm too short to see, and I hit my head on the boat. So, yeah. Oh, I like this brush way better. Holy crap. I don't like that this orange has like a weird, like, greenish undertone. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, please. Because somebody had to have cursed us, honestly. Like, whoever hexed my family, count your fucking days. Okay. Fucking weirdo. Yeah. Thank you. This is Sleep Top from Hot Topic. I'm actually wearing the shorts underneath. I just got lazy, and my form of getting dressed this morning was just putting pants over top of my clothing. Bye. Okay, I should have grabbed more paintbrushes, I'm realizing. That's okay. Wait, where did that other really good paintbrush I was just using go? Where are my paintbrushes going? Oh, here it is. This is the paintbrush I was just using. My paintbrushes are like running away from me, not gonna lie. I don't know why. Live keeps on getting interrupted, but the thing about YouTube live streams is sometimes YouTube glitches out and then it will just close the YouTube app and then I have to go in, hit add, like record content, and hit resume live, and it's like okay. Night Yale. Okay. This is the current artwork. This is what it's looking like. Okay. We're gonna make the rest of this artwork a form of, I genuinely forgot what the technique is called. I used to watch these like paint, you know that one guy who made videos about, he worked at a painting restoration place. And so he would like, you'd probably see his videos where he's like cracking off like varnish stuff that was put on there that yellowed over time. I used to watch that guy a lot. And there's this one painting technique where you kind of make lines that look like that over and over and over again. Typically you'd make them smaller, making them at a bit of a larger scale because I don't have very tiny paintbrushes. Okay. Okay. Oh shit, I'm getting paint everywhere. That's fine. Yeah, I want to get a P.O. box. I need to, I forgot to ask my mom about that. I'll do that. I'll do that later today, I promise. I pinky promise. I do find it, like, kind of funny that people never know my gender. Honestly, that's a talent, for real. They either think I'm a trans woman or I'm a trans man. Never what I actually am. They just don't know what I am. They don't even, they can't, they just, like, they're so baffled by my existence that they don't even, like, know what I am. Yeah, like, I am pretty mentally sound. I think, yeah. I'm covered in paint right now. Yeah. Dude, somebody, on my TikTok commented that I needed to, like, on a comment that I left, somebody replied that I need to just, like, move on and start dating somebody else, and I'm like, okay, so I'm never dating anybody ever again, because first off, that feels like a betrayal. Like, that just feels like I'm cheating on him. While he may be dead, that doesn't, like, that doesn't kill the feelings I had for him, and I still have for him. Like, they're still there. I still have those emotions. And those aren't gonna go away. And I was actually thinking of doing a horizontal live stream today, but I could not find my iPad, so vertical again. I will do a horizontal live stream at some point. I swear, guys. I will do that. Because horizontal live streams are just easier to watch when you when we go back to, like, watch that stuff. What the fuck? But basically our family's just low-key getting cursed. And I don't know how to fix that. So if anyone knows how to bring good luck and good fortune, please enlighten me. Also, if you're wondering what this like weird residue is, I used sunscreen to remove my KT tape the other day, which was a horrid mistake because now it like dissolved the adhesive and melted it into my skin. Like literally, I would do anything just for my family to get a little bit of good luck, because the Copelands have gone through enough already. Like, it's just like the worst string of bad luck in the world. Yeah, no. That's just called, it's Thanksgiving and somebody forgot to wear maternity pants. Okay, this is my proof that my dog wants inside. Okay, Bosco, lay inside. Okay, he just wants to be outside. He's just bored. He does this every single fucking time. As long as I'm outside, he does not want to be inside. It's because my dog loves me. Yeah, but, oh, I have so many four-leaf clovers. There's four-leaf clover in my backyard right now. I have so many dried four-leaf clovers in my room. It's insane, right? There's so many four-leaf clovers that I own. But I genuinely do think that somebody cursed us. Sounds like the truck's gonna come to pick up our garbage soon. What color is missing here? My palette. Ah. No, it's too... I feel like this could work. That's a helicopter. Probably for fires or something. Dude, there's a giant apartment fire the other day. Like, huge. Like flames were probably rising a good 30 feet in the air. And they were new apartments too. But yeah, I do think our family did get cursed. You know, yeah, but there's just so much like misfortune happening in our family that it feels a little bit like we got cursed. Just a little bit. Maybe if we weren't so damn unlucky, I wouldn't have to feel that way, but unfortunately, no. Like, and I've had some of the brunt of it because I've had some pretty, decent health issues recently. Like, well, I mean, because of all this shit that's happened. Oh, I am painting. I'm trying to have a vision. There's a vision in my head, okay? But because of all of the, oh yeah, my dog. Bosco, hey, stop eating the dirt, you weirdo, you freak. He's just like that. You know. Um, oh, yeah, that, yeah, they're just kind of stupid. They're really stupid. But, here, I'm gonna keep on. I need to do more stippling stuff. Because I don't want... I am very proud of that one digital artwork that I made for the memorial. I'm very proud of it. Mainly because made it to where I was able to turn my negative emotions into something, like, turn something traumatic into something good for everybody. And that's why, actually, I need to contact some Idaho state representatives about ATV law reforms. I know for a fact that they're gonna have to service the road, from what I heard from Mama, because of how many crashes there were. Because on the same road, within 24 hours, there was another 3 unrelated crash to the family's crash. So basically, it's that there were so many crashes on that one road that there's obviously something wrong with the road itself that needs to be maintained. I know that they're removing some of the trees. I really hope that they cut down the one that, killed my boyfriend. I really hope that they do that. That would be great. Idaho, hey. Like, I would literally pay Idaho. I would cut down that tree myself if it made it easier for their process of cutting down that tree, because I think it's a little unfair that the tree got to live a longer life than my boyfriend. So, yeah. Yeah, typically typically when people comment religious things on my lives, it is because a lot of it's typically because a lot of people just assume that I'm not religious simply because of how I look, which I think is an unfair assumption, honestly. Which is another thing that kind of pisses me off, is that people that look alternative and are alternative don't get the same opportunities as, like, quote unquote, like, normies or, like, more basic dressing people. Like, let's say somebody was, like, the most, like, think about cheerleading in high school. The most talented cheerleader. They have been in gymnastics for 12 years. They have the most capability. They have the most, like, athleticness. Yeah, definitely. They have the most, like, athleticness, but as soon as you look different, they don't want you. I can 100% guarantee you, at my high school, there are people who are that look like me, that are physically able and are probably way more talented than all of the other cheerleaders at my school, but none of them are cheerleaders. Why? Because they look like me. They look different from the norm. And I don't have a problem with people dressing more basically. It's the issue is that people dress more basically because that's what society's telling them to do. Not because that's just genuinely what they want to wear. Not because they're genuinely like, oh, this hairstyle is cute. I like how this hairstyle looks on me. Yes, I will join your lives if you get 50 plus things. Yeah, I've never eaten rocks. I have eaten mercury though. Yeah, but this is what it's currently looking like. I need more colors, I think. I'm gonna take some of this magenta up here. Do you play Roblox? I play Roblox sometimes. I haven't played it in a while. I'm assuming that means Roblox. I haven't played Roblox in a very long time because my iPad has very limited storage. And I use my iPad for art. I use it for school stuff. Even though it's the summertime, I still, I had to, I did have to add, yeah, the one hardest thing that I think will ever, like, that somebody, like, just imagine, yeah, like, imagine you think the next time I have to write a speech about this person is me gonna be reading my vows. Like, imagine you just have that thought in your mind. When I write a speech about this person, it's gonna be my vows. And then it ends up being a speech for a memorial. That's not something fun. That's not something I would wish upon anybody, personally. Because it's just not fun. And, like, obviously that's not a fun thing to deal with, but that's just, it's so life-wrecking. So, yeah. But, oh my god, I need it. Hold up. My back doesn't pop properly because of my fucking scoliosis. What? No. Yeah, no, but, I'm currently covered in paint. I think that might just be residue from, I had a temporary tattoo on my face yesterday. My little brother put it on there. I forgot to get a picture of that temporary tattoo. Dang it. I should have thought about that. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I got my tattoo appointment scheduled. What species are you? My species is, I haven't really been able to eat much. Okay, let me show you. Okay, I don't know if y'all would get the reference. Okay, but, if you've ever seen the movie Outsiders, you've definitely heard that one audio that's like, I used to eat like a horse, but now everything just tastes like bologna. You know what my bologna is? You know what my bologna is? My I can't eat because everything tastes like it is these cashews. We bought those at a really sketchy gas station in Seattle. And that's pretty much all I ate one day at the hospital. And I still have to finish those because those cashews were probably, with tax, about $15 because of how exploitative the market is in Seattle. But anywho, I still have to finish those because they were really expensive. But everything after that week just tasted like those cashews. And I love cashews, but I've had 2 points in my life where I had to stop eating cashews. This moment right here, and when my dad died, I had to stop eating cashews. I know for my sister, her food that she had to stop eating for a while was, the food that my sister had to stop eating for a while was Cheerios. But I just, like, physically cannot eat the cashews. Like, I tried eating them last night, and then, because everything still just tastes like those cashews. So, hey, buddy, you know that you use pronouns, too. I don't know what your pronouns are, but you use pronouns for literally everything. Pronouns, adjectives. Did you not pass basic English? No? Okay. Thanks. Thanks for telling me you're illiterate. By the way, illiteracy does not mean you cannot read. Illiteracy means you are, like, have a lower reading level than average, which, by the way, the average adult reading level in America is 7th grade. That baffles me. That genuinely, like, what? What? Because my reading, you know what I was reading at the age of fucking 8? The autobiography of Benjamin Franklin. You know what I was reading at the age of 10? Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And guess what? I'm dyslexic. I'm dyslexic. Like, how, like, genuinely, I don't understand how America's literacy rates have gone down so much. Like, I can't even, like, begin to process how bad America's literacy rates are. Purely just because of, like, because I've been reading pretty high reading. I haven't been doing as much reading lately, but I read The Odyssey. I read Jane Eyre, a bunch of other stuff. I read educational stuff as well. I also read, one of my current reads is obviously the Bible. I need to be reading it more often because I'm one forgetful fellow. But I've constantly been trying to, like, no, I was just taking the cap off. There's a protective seal here, and I was just taking it off. Yeah, that's one thing that I cannot get over, is the fact that people will assume that I'm non-religious, because I have been trying to get into religion more recently, because my reason for starting to get into religion is so that I could marry my boyfriend. Obviously, that plan has kind of fell through the roof. And when I say fell through the roof, I mean got flung off in an ATV at 40 miles an hour. But one thing that I will say is that it is quite frustrating when I'm doing live streams and people will just hit me with that, "You're demonic, you devil worshiper," and I'm like, and then I just have to whip out my Bible because, yeah, he got in an accident. Yeah, so if you know anything about Idaho and their ATV laws, they're really bad. Basically, there's no age restrictions in Idaho for ATVs. So think about a car. Oh my god, Mike, look at my dog. He's such a human, bro. He's just sitting in a chair. Anywho, age restrictions in Idaho. So you have to be 14 to get your learner's permit, right? To drive an ATV, which, okay, here's the statistics. An ATV is 10 to 30 times more likely to experience a fatal accident. You have to be 14 to get your learner's permit to drive a car. You can be any age and start riding ATVs. I know that somebody at my church, she accidentally ran her ATV into a ditch because my boyfriend texted me and was like, "Oh, Nicolette just crashed her ATV." Nicolette is 8, by the way. Yeah. So Nicolette is 8 years old, and fun fact is, on the same trail that Everett crashed on, later later that night, and also into the next morning, there were 3 more crashes. So it was Everett's mom, Everett, and the pastor's wife, And then there was 3 more unrelated crashes, not related to the family. And those I remember this very specifically because I saw this woman I saw this woman come into the ICU peds unit, the PICU unit, and the burn unit, about a little after I did. I'd say the next morning I saw her sitting there, struck up a conversation. Her granddaughter had crashed her ATV and had also gotten in an accident. Her granddaughter is 10. Phil? Hold on. Yeah. I can just hide user. Yeah. So, there were, I think, based off of the images I saw of that woman's granddaughter, I think she survived, but I did not get that woman's contact information, so I would not know. And very much a, like, kind of, her granddaughter's injuries were not as severe as Everett's, but the fact of the matter is that Idaho does not have any reforms on ATVs. The only laws that they have is requiring you to register your vehicle, so you have to get like a permit to drive it in Idaho state parks and such, and for you to wear a helmet. Those are the only rules. That's like putting a kid on a motorcycle. Oh, I thank you. I got it from Hot Topic. I don't think they sell it anymore, and I accidentally got a hole in the back of it from fishing. Blame my cousin for that. It's not a fun fact. It's just a fact. I always misspeak when I say fun fact. It's not a fun fact. It's a horrible fact. But the fact of the matter is that Idaho does have rules that need to be put in place because ATVs are so dangerous. I have known people who have broken their arms in ATVs. Everett's mom, basically my mom now, because she just kind of accepted me as her own child. she did that a long time ago. She completely wrecked her hand. I'm surprised her hand is not paralyzed. I'm genuinely surprised that she has mobility in her hand because of how badly it was injured. She completely. Bosco, what are you freaking out over? Why are you? Hey, calm down. Hey, I swear if you scratch that fence. Oh, it's just a squirrel. Calm down. Sorry, my dog is like freaking the fuck out. But she completely dislocated these 2 joints, so she has to wear splints to stretch out her joints because of how damaged the cartilage is. This knuckle here was completely shattered, and she just kind of completely, like, her hand basically got turned inside out. Thank you. Yeah, we can just hide the user. Bosco! Hey! Bosco, calm down! Oh my god, bruh. It's a squirrel. It's a squirrel. It's literally just a squirrel. But, yeah. Yeah, so, and also, my dog is. Bosco! Relax! It is just a squirrel. Freaking out a little. You can tell that it's not a black eye. It's, probably leftover makeup from last night. I could probably clean that off if I had enough energy, and then the rest is just paint. I don't have a black eye. I also just naturally have really dark under eyes, so yeah. But my yeah, so and like just the injuries that I witnessed, like that I saw from ATVs, they're so bad. They're genuinely like like I've seen some pretty gnarly injuries, um I've seen some like pretty like gnarly injuries. The injuries caused by ATVs are so insane, and I can guarantee you, because I asked Mama, I was like, Mama, how did you even crash? And she said she doesn't know. All she knows is that she was riding the ATV at a quite slow pace. Like she wasn't even going like over 25 miles per hour. Like she wasn't even going like 20. And the ATV just kind of randomly veered off, went into a ditch, flew upwards to another ditch, and then flew upwards and around, and then she hit a tree. Because of how like hard it is to control ATVs and that road and how it needs to be maintained. Because Everett, it was simply the wheels got caught on something and he flew off. They are dangerous. They're really dangerous. I know people who have gotten severe arm breaks. Kim, her injuries, genuinely, she didn't break any bones, luckily. She just got a very severe concussion, so she doesn't remember the crash, which I'm grateful for. Which sounds like a horrible thing to say. Like, what do you mean you're grateful somebody got a severe head injury? I'm grateful she does not remember seeing Everett crash. She does not have that memory anymore, and I'm glad. Hello. I am very glad that she does not remember that, because that is something I would not want anyone to remember. And the reason she crashed is she saw Everett hit the tree and obviously got distracted and accidentally swerved into a pothole, flipping her ATV. She had such... I do remember you, JB. Hi. She got such deep like lacerations on her legs. You could genuinely convince me she got mauled by a shark. That's how badly her leg injuries were. She still has, like, it's to the point where that crash was almost 3 months ago and she still has wound vacs to drain the fluid buildup because of how bad her injuries were. And it's insane to me that Idaho allows children to ride ATVs. Literal children, when it is statistically proven that ATVs are 10 to 30 times more fatal in crashes than a car. Because you know what an ATV doesn't have? Seatbelts. You know what an ATV doesn't have? It has slight suspension, but barely anything at all. You know what an ATV doesn't have? An airbag. It doesn't have a crumple zone. It's just your body against everything. Oh yeah. There were... I know that in the group itself, luckily Nicolette's crash was not very bad. Nicolette accidentally, crashed her ATV into a ditch. Nicolette is 8, by the way. She's 8 years old. And when I went down to Seattle, so I went down there Monday night. I got there at about 8:30. When I, the next morning, I see this older woman sitting in the waiting room and I found that odd because she didn't introduce herself to me yet, so I assumed she was not part of Everett's family because we took up almost the entire ICU waiting room on the 9th floor because of genuinely how large and loving Everett's family is. there were people coming in from Montana, North Dakota, California, literally everywhere. People were threatening to quit their jobs just to see him. And I see this older gal, and she's talking to Josephina, and so I kind of listened in on the conversation. I joined the conversation as well. And she mentions to us that the reason she is at the hospital is because her 10-year-old granddaughter, the morning after Everett crashed, on the exact same trail as Everett, crashed her ATV. Her 10-year-old granddaughter had crashed her ATV on that same trail in the Coeur d'Alene National Forest. The Coeur d'Alene Nature Reserve. Her daughter's injuries were similar to Everett's, but not as extreme. Her daughter had brain swelling, her granddaughter had brain swelling, and definitely a lot of head trauma, but not as severe as Everett's. Here's exactly what one of the trauma surgeons said to us. He said, "Hey, I'm not gonna tell you exactly how old I am because I'm pretty fucking old and I look a lot younger than I actually am, but this, mind you, Harborview Medical Center has the number one trauma unit in all of the Pacific Northwest, if not all of America." So we're there, right? And he says, "I've worked here for over 30 years, and in my over 3 decades of working here, this is the single most worst case of head trauma I have seen on one individual." Which does sound right for Everett. Everett always had to be number one, always had to win. He was the first child born in our city in 2009. In the year 2009, he was the New Year's baby, right? So he kind of led with that, with always being first, you know? So, dude, you gotta learn how to behave, dude. But with him always being first, obviously oh, is it cutting out? Hold on. It's probably because I don't have great Wi-Fi. I'm gonna stop pacing. But he always had to be number one, always had to be first, and he did do that for a while. He was the number one 400 runner in our school. But yeah, we joked, we were like, yeah, you know, it makes sense that Everett has the worst injuries you've seen here in over 30 years, because, you know, our Everett always had to be number one, top of the food chain. Oh. Yeah. You literally can't even tell me to shut up. I'm the one running this stream. If you don't like it, you can leave. But I've actually never watched or read Twilight. I know. Wild. Yeah. And another thing that people won't tell you about losing a loved one is that whatever you were eating whenever the fuck that trauma happened, everything is gonna taste like that. Like, genuinely, I could not eat for weeks afterwards. I still struggle to eat because everything tastes like these cashews that I have been trying to eat. I love cashews. Cashews are a great source of protein, okay? And so I was eating those in the hospital, and I still have to eat them because they were so expensive. If you don't know anything about Seattle, everything is expensive in Seattle. And those cashews, if we count tax, those cashews were probably around $15 for a jar of cashews. by the way, cashews are technically a bean. They're in the lentil family. Anywho, that is genuinely how bad it is, and everything just tastes like those cashews. Nothing wrong with cashews. I just can't give myself to eat properly because of how I'm trying to be Christian. I'm currently attending a missionary Baptist church. Yeah. So are peanuts. Peanuts are also technically part of the lentil family. But every single there's everything just kind of tastes like that, and it's always going to be a different food for a different thing. I know for my sister, when my dad died, she could not eat Cheerios. She could eat Cheerios, but everything she ate, she couldn't eat food properly because everything tasted like Cheerios that she used to eat in that house. I remember when my dad died, which we have the same dad. I don't know why I emphasize the word my. When my dad died, I couldn't eat. Everything tasted like sunflower seeds. No. Minimum wage is... Yeah, your minimum wage is like $16.26. It might be $17.26 now. I'm not sure, but minimum wage is not great here, and I can't even get a job because I'm kind of disabled, and no place wants to hire anybody who needs accommodations. Which I know is technically against the law, but they don't really care, and I physically can't. There's just some accommodations that they would not make for me. I can't be working at Mod Pizza with forearm crutches, because then I don't have, available hands to, actually do my job. What color am I missing? I know there's something here that I'm missing. Yeah, but, it's very much just a, process of, it's a rough process. It's a rough process, and I know I need to go to grief counseling, but I'm genuinely terrified that they'll do the same shit that happened when my dad died. When my dad died, I went to grief counseling, right? And all they told me, they were the only thing I got out of that is, oh yeah, you have PTSD or complex PTSD from living in a horror house for most of your life. Thank you. How is that gonna help me grieve my dad? Genuinely, they did not help me, and I'm afraid that if I go back to grief counseling, I'm afraid if I get another grief counselor, they're just gonna say the same shit to me. I'm afraid they're gonna be like, yeah, you have PTSD from watching your boyfriend die in front of you. I should probably try to get the rest of, because I have residue from my makeup from last night still on, so it just kind of looks like I have a black eye. I'm gonna try to get that off so that people stop asking if I got in a fight. I did not, I swear, it's just makeup. Hold on, I'm just gonna YOLO. Yeah, I'll add my Roblox handle to my posts after this live stream. Oh my god. Yeah, see, it's just residue makeup residue from last night. Yeah, I've been going to church more often. I've actually started singing at church, because the issue with me going to church is I struggled actually getting into it and being passionate about it at first, because My starter religion was Catholic Church. That was my starter religion. That's what I was forced to be for many, many years. And when I told my mom, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, I don't want to go to Catholic Church anymore, she basically just kept on forcing me to for another about 3-4 years. But I'm starting to heal, and I've switched churches. I've switched to a missionary, a very small missionary Baptist church, because one of my big gripes with, because it's not only just the way that church, like, religion is handled with Catholic churches, it's also just the sheer size of them is overwhelming for me. That's not true, and actually the Bible does denounce the universal church theory. So universal church theory is an incorrect way of thinking, and it's yeah, I did not get hurt, I swear. This is paint, and if it looks like I have a black eye, it's probably just, like, makeup residue. I tried to get it off the best I can. As you can see, there's some of my makeup residue. I did a makeup look last night, and it just kind of looks like I have a black eye now. Yeah, but, yeah, so I've had to try to move from a toxic church to a better one. So the healing process is a little lengthy, and I've actually started, like, singing the hymnals at church when everyone else is, and I've been answering questions during Bible study more often. So no. No, it's not. It's actually really not. Universal church theory is, like, very clearly condemned by the Bible itself. Yeah, also, you know that, like, the disciples were in Judea and stuff, not in Italy? You're aware that the Roman Catholic Church was started in Rome, Italy? That's kind of like that's over, like, 3,000 miles away from where the disciples were actually living. So, if we're being accurate here, it's that there's no right church, but saying that one church is the only church is what is harmful because of universal church theory. I sound like a conspiracy theorist saying that, but it is a genuine thing that is mentioned in the Bible and is condemned. Yeah. Exactly. It's just church is literally there not to follow the church, but to have a place to learn about and to learn the love of God, not other stuff, you know. Yes, I do. I actually, hold up, let me show you guys my Bible. My Bible is so cute. My only issue is that I have King James version, which is not very great for someone who's dyslexic. I do have a very high reading level. It's just sometimes some of the words are jumbly. Okay. Let's see, this is my Bible case. Yeah, well, I haven't read all of it because I got this. I want to say I got this in, like, either, like, February. No, I don't. No, it was after. It was definitely after March that I got this, I think. I either got this in February or March. So obviously I have not read all of it. But, yeah, this is it's very cutesy, and it has roses, and I have all of the tabs. Yeah. But I will say that if we're, like, talking Bible, my, like, favorite Bible verse is Isaiah 57, verses verses 1 and 2. So, yeah, that's... Alright, I need to work on my painting more. Bosco! Here, you can stay outside, dude. I'm gonna be out here. Dog. Yo.
What you making?
Painting? I don't know yet.
Can I look at it?
Yeah? Here. I'm gonna continue working on this. Your piercing looks really irritated. You should...
I know, I've been scratching it.
Don't scratch it.
Not the best of me.
Well,
Why is there paint all over your arm?
because that's how I clean my paintbrush. Don't worry about it, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna continue working on this now.
Okay.
What?
Somebody hurt on the mat. Probably could be. Bosco, come inside. Come on. Or stay out there and paint.
Yeah, so fun fact, you wanna know one thing that the Bible does say against? Judging people. And, because judgment isn't great. Oh my god, my freaking paint is drying on my paintbrushes. I should have grabbed some water, but oh well. You know, but I need to, what do I need to do? So plans in life. Get to 18. The reason I feel judged is a lot of people will simply judge based off of appearance. Yeah. Maybe a lot of people will judge you purely based off of appearance. I know I've had kids on the side, like one day I was walking home from the park. I went to the park because I was sad and I needed to get my emotions out. And the only place that it is mild is a public park, okay? So I go to the public park, I get my emotions out, I sit on the swings, scream the lyrics to some songs, and then I head home. On my way home, I see these two kids. They're probably middle school age, right? One of them purposely is, first off, they're on the sidewalk, which is illegal. In my city, if there are bike lanes, you are legally not allowed to be on the sidewalk for obvious reasons. It's like if a car was on the sidewalk, that's not allowed. And one of them purposely tried to swerve into me and hit me. People will judge you purely based off of appearance sometimes, and it's obviously not fair to people. It's illegal to be on the sidewalk if you are on a bike. Like, you can ride a bike on the sidewalk if there is not a bike lane. So let's say there's sidewalk and then bike lane, and then the sidewalk across the street has a bike lane. If you are on the sidewalk and there's a bike lane, but you're on a bike, that is a crime. Because it's vehicles on pedestrian walkways. So what the legal way is to go, instead of like going this way on the sidewalk, you would cross the street and go up that way on the bike lane. Bike lane up, bike lane down, right? These kids were on the sidewalks with their bikes, and one purposely like swerved into me, purely based off of my appearance, I guarantee you. Hold up, I just need to patch up this like spot right here. Feel like, hold on, I need this paint color right here. And then we go over that more. Okay, hold on. I gotta lock in here for a second, because painting can be difficult. Okay. Oh, that might be a bit too much paint. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Current status of the artwork. Yeah, but I need to. Pastor is telling me and Mama that we should probably go to grief counseling, which is a fair thing. Okay, but it's it's fair, but I'm just kind of. I don't want them to diagnose me as more shit, because they already said. Well, you can see when people have things in their mind. You can see, if you look at their face and you look at facial expressions, you can kind of see what people are thinking. And they saw me from so far away because I look different. I am not the norm. Like, let's say I instead was wearing athletic wear. I had long, straight hair in a ponytail and not a colored mullet, because people judge based off of appearance all the time. But anywho, as I was saying, I do need to go to. Hello. I'm 16. Yeah, I need to. I have been told that I do need to go to grief counseling, which, while I do think is important. First off, these were visibly middle schoolers. These kids could have not been more than in like, they couldn't have been older than like 7th or 8th grade. So no. And also that's a horrible mentality to have, because I was told that when I was in elementary school. When I was in elementary school and there was boys picking on me, they would just say, "Oh, he just has a crush on you," even though that same kid tried to kill me just a few months later. So no, it's fine that you spelled my name wrong. But yeah, I do need to go to grief counseling. I'm just scared that they're gonna say the same shit that they said to me. Like, I'm just scared that they're gonna say that that whatever grief counselor I get is just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you're severely traumatized and you have PTSD from watching your boyfriend die and seeing him in the hospital like that." And I'm scared they're gonna say the same shit to me, because when my dad died, they, okay, so let me explain my household a little. My mom's religion and spirituality is very confusing. So my mom is Catholic. She's registered in the Catholic faith. She goes to church. She lectures, right? But these are Tibetan prayer flags. And then above our doors, we have bells. So, I don't know. My mom's spirituality is just interesting. So, yeah. Oh, I am currently, I'm trying to, okay, here's a vision. So basically, after we had taken Everett, like, we walked him to the end of the hall, and they took him up to floor 11 for organ harvesting, and then to the other place. So after he was pulled off the machines and stuff, on my way home back from Seattle, which I am never going back in that godforsaken city ever again. Because I mean, Everett didn't like it to begin with. Everett hated Seattle, and I get that because it's a loud city. There's tons of crimes, large homeless population, everything is expensive. Bosco, why are you whining? What do you see? It's probably another mouse or something. But he always hated Seattle, and I got that, right? But then he had to die in the city he hated most. Just because Seattle has the largest trauma unit. But he never liked Seattle. He always complained whenever he had to go to Seattle. And now I share I share the same opinions, honestly. I can never go back to that city ever again. And my sister was complaining about that because she was like, well, what if you want to visit Aunt Georgie who lives in SeaTac? She's just gonna have to come here because all of the main spots in Seattle, you can see Harborview Medical Center. At the top of the Space Needle, you can see Harborview Medical Center. You can, like, near on that one, Ferris wheel by the shore, you can see Harborview Medical Center. And I don't want to see that hospital again. And I genuinely saw a post that was talking about how, this post was from somebody recording the view from Harborview Medical Center. They were like, wow, you can see all this, they have this lovely park area with, lots of, like, grass and stuff. And I'm like, that is not a tourist location. That is... Okay, my dog does not want to go inside, apparently. Harborview Medical Center is just a place where they exploit you for money. I kid you not. If I were to add up all of the parking fees from the hospital's parking garage, it was well over $2,000. And somebody posted, like, oh, must-see spot if you go to Seattle, go to Harborview Medical Center and go to the promenade. No. Why would you want to go to a place that holds such sadness, that is a place of pain? Hospitals have been and always will be a place of pain for people. You're not going there because yip-de-doo, fun activity. You're going to the hospital because either you or somebody you love is injured or dying. It's not a fun place. And so I genuinely, on TikTok, I had to start blocking travel blogs. I had to start blocking, like, content creators that make content about travel, because some travel people only make stuff about Seattle, and I can't look at that city anymore because it's just so horrible. It's just so horrible and exploitative and genuinely so, like, oh yeah, the basic toiletries in the hospital gift shop. Harborview Medical Center is the best. If you're just sick, like if you just have like the flu or something, just go to whatever hospital's closest to you. But if you're like, if somebody genuinely gets so injured, Harborview Medical Center is, and if you're in like the Pacific Northwest area, Harborview Medical Center is the best place to go. It's just so expensive. His family's probably gonna have to file for bankruptcy because, you know, imagine 6 days in the #1 trauma unit in the Pacific Northwest. And getting multiple surgeries, getting blood transfusions, getting so many things of saline. Personally, for me, I went to a very small hospital. When last August, I had a medical emergency and I had to go to the hospital. I was there for only 5 hours, and it was just the emergency room, not the ICU. I received 1 dose of an anti-nausea medication, 1 dose of contrast, a CAT scan, and a bag of saline, along with getting my blood drawn. And even with insurance, it was $3,000 out of pocket. Without insurance, it would have been $14,000. Now imagine that, so much more amplified. Mine was just an internal cyst rupturing. And it's just, okay, bye, BMO. But it's so much worse. I haven't done the proper calculations, but I've done the estimations. Why, thank you. But, like, oh my gosh, that would have been really bad. My estimations for how much it's gonna cost is probably well over $1 million. We have insurance, so that will limit it a bit. Everett had 2 different medical insurances. He had insurance from his mom's and his dad's because they were divorced. But it would still be so expensive. Because he was getting, I had 1 bag of saline. Everett had saline constantly pumping through his body. He probably went through at least 5 to 10 bags of saline a day. About 5 to 10 bags of saline a day, for 6 days, along with 1 nutrition feed bag every day. Along with, he went through about 2 bottles of propofol every day. Propofol is a very expensive medication, and after he crashed Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday, on about day 4, he was pronounced brain dead, but they still kept giving him propofol, which only made his health worse, because we knew we were going to take him off the machines the next day, but it got his heart condition got a lot worse, because his blood pressure was not regulating because of the propofol, I feel, because no, he had basically his entire left arm was just IVs and drip bags and such, but propofol is a strong sedative, very strong sedative. It is used to, one use of propofol is for induced comas, but after somebody's pronounced brain dead, I don't see why you would continue giving them propofol, because all it did was it made his heart health worse. And by making his heart health worse, so we knew he was going to die of brain failure, right? But he almost, instead of dying a neurological death, he almost died a death of heart failure, because they kept on giving him propofol. And propofol is a very strong medication. While no medication is without its side effects, propofol has a lot of side effects, a lot of bad side effects. Mainly when it comes to the heart. Exactly. And I didn't say anything because I was in such shock, that, my boyfriend's not gonna make it. I mean, we already knew that he wasn't going to make it, because here's basically how it works. If you have brain swelling and you cannot keep your internal brain swelling to under 20 for 3 consecutive days, you will most likely not recover. Because I know this is a horrible thing to think, but what happened was, after some of Everett's relatives came to the hospital to see him, and him being, because when you're in a coma, you can still hear things. With him being able to hear their voice before he went brain dead, it lowered his brain swelling. His brain swelling one day went from 60 to 25 in a day. Incredible, right? But then after that, it kept on going up, and I could not visit him until he crashed on Friday night. I could not visit him until Monday night, because the plan was I was going to visit him the next Friday, exactly 1 week later, but then, obviously that did not work out, because on around 4 o'clock Monday, we were told that he had 48 hours left, because his intracranial pressure was not staying below 20 for 3 consecutive days. It was just going up. Yes, you can make a sticker to honor Everett. I'm doing rough, as I probably will be for the rest of my life. Yeah, but because his intracranial pressure could not stay below 20 for 3 consecutive days, it just kept on going higher and higher. And I know this is a horrible thing to think, but I feel like if I had not listened to my parents and I had begged Gabe to pick me up when he was going to the hospital, and I was able to be by Everett sooner, he would have been able to hear my voice when he still had brain activity, and it could have lowered his intracranial pressure low enough to where he wouldn't have become brain dead, but he did not keep below 20 for 3 consecutive days. Because we know for a fact that loved ones being there did help him, because it went from, yeah. And and the worst part is that it was, like, sudden, but also not. It was sudden and unexpected and horrible, but it was also so painfully drawn out. Like, I wish it was just one day. I was given one day of information, and it was just, hey, your boyfriend got in an ATV accident last night. He's gone. He's dead. I'm so sorry for your loss. Not a call Saturday morning. Hey, last night your Everett got in an ATV crash. He's going to be in the ICU for at least 7 months. He's going to be most likely paralyzed from the chest down. He has some brain swelling. His heart stopped during life flight, but he's currently in Seattle in the hospital. And then it was the next day, it was, hey, Everett stopped having eye movement in one of his eyes, so they're doing a surgery to see what's up and give more flush saline through his skull cavity to help cool down his brain, to help reduce the swelling. Hey, we did have to remove a section of Everett's skull, this, that, and the other. And then Sunday, it was just a bunch of strange texts with, there's something in causing mass cell death in his body, and if it gets into his small intestines, he's not gonna make it. And then it's, hey, good news, good and bad news. They found what was causing the cell death. They had to remove his colon because it was causing him to die. But the more good news is that his intracranial pressure went from 60 to 25 through the night. And then I'm mad at Everett's cousin. And I'm not going to tell him that I'm mad at him, because he was just trying to do his best in that moment. He's trying to keep everything together. He's trying to fill the shoes of Everett. But I'm mad at him for lying to me a little. he was saying stuff like, oh, I know he doesn't look great right now, but he looks so much better than he did on Friday. Meanwhile, he looked like a stranger. He sent me a photo of him at 10 a.m. on that Monday, saying he looks so much better than he did on Friday, and he's gonna get out of this with just like a funny haircut, and at least Everett will be able to say that he won a fight against a tree. Meanwhile, I'm actively on the phone with Gabe, and he's not talking directly to me, but he makes an out loud comment saying, oh, why is his brain pressure up to 80 now? 80? Last he informed me, his intracranial pressure had dropped all the way to 25. But yeah, it was, and he wasn't keeping me up to date on that. He wasn't keeping me fully up to date on his intracranial pressure, because he said, because from what I knew, he had texted me early in the morning, hey, great news, his intracranial pressure has went from 60 to 25. Then he's just casually on the phone with me saying, oh, why is it up to 80 now? It was like 70 an hour ago. Meanwhile, let me put into perspective intracranial pressure for you, because a lot of people don't understand that. Intracranial pressure is the pressure inside of your skull where your brain sits. When you experience brain swelling, your intracranial pressure rises. The average and healthy intracranial pressure range is from 5 to 15. A dangerous intracranial pressure, this is where doctors will start to get concerned, like, oh, maybe you have a concussion, we should try to lower that, is where you get to 20 to 25. His intracranial pressure at that moment that Gabe was on the phone with me was 80. And so I'm panic texting Everett's best friend, being like, hey, you are better at human interactions. What does this text mean? And then Antonio just asks me straight up, from the information you know, no, it's paint. See, I've been painting. He asked me, I need you to give me a yes or no. With the information you have, do you think Everett is going to make it? And I had to tell him, I said, based off of the very little information that I have, from what I have heard, no. Because Gabe had been telling me, hey, I'm just going to warn you now, it's not good, and then didn't go into any more clarification on that, and had informed me that his intracranial pressure was that high. And so I had to tell that person, I had to tell Antonio that I didn't think that his best friend was going to live. Basically, he was, Friday night of Memorial Day weekend, he was out on ATVs. So was the rest of the camping group, because he was out camping in Idaho. Because Idaho does not have ATV regulations, minus the obvious of, like, wear a helmet and register it. Other than that, there's no age restrictions. The back of his ATV wheels got stuck. And when they got stuck, he flew off. He tried to, when he realized that his wheels were stuck, he did try to jump to the side. He tried to jump off of his ATV to not get a face full of tree. That did not work out, and he ended up he was wearing a helmet, he was wearing a chest guard, he was wearing everything that you could possibly need to protect yourself on it. He was wearing most people do. Most people just wear a helmet. And he made head-on impact with that tree. Mind you, this tree was, here, let me put into size comparison. Let me grab a measuring tape so I can measure out the diameter of the tree. The diameter, I'm going to do a visual representation of the diameter of this tree. Okay. Okay. Where's my tape measure? Okay, here it is. Okay, let's see. the inches. This is how wide the tree was. This is how thick the tree was. It had a 40-inch diameter. He left a dent about this big into that tree with his head. So, yeah. He did leave a sizable dent in the tree, but Gabe was just not telling me all the information, and I'm mad about him for that, but I'm not going to tell him that I'm mad about it for that, because he's still pretty fucking young. His prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed either. Like, he's only 19, and he was just trying to take care of issues and make it to where I wasn't worrying, but yeah, I wish that it was all just one day, and, and then I wasn't even the one who got the call originally. I hear my mom crying down the hallway, and I look at her, and she informs me that Aunt Tila just called me, that she says, hey, Everett's Aunt Tila just called me. You need to start packing a bag. He has 48 hours. Yeah, so it went from day one, everybody saying he's gonna survive, he's just gonna be really injured, and I remember when Mama first woke up from her surgery, because she had to get her hand completely reconstructed because of her accident, she told me, yeah, you have to keep in mind that when he wakes up, when the doctors stop, like, the induced coma, and after he heals, he's not gonna act like himself, because you know how he doesn't like being injured, and I knew that. The first thing I thought about is how Everett hated being injured. He's a sports kid. He did track, cross country, wrestling, he did baseball at one point. I knew that sports are, like, the thing that keeps him kicking, you know? It helped him get out the energy he needed to get out, and it helped him feel productive. And being told that not only did your boyfriend get in a crash, but we can definitely tell from the scans that he's had so far that he's going to be paralyzed from the chest down because he completely shattered his C6 and his C7 vertebrae, which, if you don't know, are the ones right at your neck. Yeah. And the only thing I could think at that moment is how horrible it was. And not only that, if you didn't know, when I got, first off, the worst phone call. No, I love talking to people all the time. It's my favorite thing to do. But yeah, when I found out I was home alone, I had nobody home with me. My sister was at work. My dad was getting groceries, and my mom was at a meeting. And I genuinely, because I went outside onto the porch, on my front porch step, because I was like, I just genuinely don't know what to do. And I considered talking to my neighbor, and I regret not talking to him, because I feel like it would have been better to have gotten some adult advice in that moment, because the only people that would answer my phone calls were kids. First person that answered my phone call, I was like, I kept on leaving messages for voicemails. I'm like, Maren, I know you're at work, but please pick up, please pick up. And she called me back and was like, hey, I'm at work, what do you need? And I say, and I had to tell her that and she thought I was joking. Obviously not joking, but she didn't know how bad it was. She just assumed it was like he's like broke his leg or something, right? No. Yeah, it was way, way worse than that. In fact, it was horrid. And nobody will just understand that feeling. I think. People will experience similar things in their life, but everybody's loss is going to be different because you had a different relationship with that person. You had a different lots of things. So that's why it's kind of frustrating when people are like, "Oh, I know how it feels. I lost my boyfriend too." You didn't lose him in the same way. And even if you did lose your boyfriend to an ATV crash, your boyfriend had different injuries. You had a different connection with him. It's always going to be different for loss. There's nobody who's going to have the exact same experiences as you. Exactly. And that's another thing is where I have always thought this is that your worst is your worst and my worst is my worst. You can't compare somebody's worst. But after all this shit happened, I felt really cynical, and that's not great. Before, I've always struggled with empathy. I'm not a very empathetic person, but I try my best, you know? Like, if you told me, hey, these two people are, like, talking behind my back at school, I'd be like, oh, so sorry, I know how that feels. But now it's, like, if somebody told me that, yeah. But, like, now if somebody, like, told me, hey, yeah, these two people are talking badly about me at the school, the only thing I can think to myself is, yeah, well, at least your boyfriend isn't dead. Or people who have long distance relationships with their boyfriends, or like their boyfriend is on like a business trip and they're like, oh, I miss my boyfriend, and it's like, how do you think I feel? And I don't like thinking like that. I hate the fact that I'm thinking like that because I just feel like such an asshole because that person is missing their boyfriend because their boyfriend is on vacation or their boyfriend is visiting their grandparents. But now all I can think is, at least he isn't dead. Oh, because it helps me get my stress out. It's horrible for my body. Actually, I should probably grab my cane. Where is my cane? I think it's in the living room. It's because I get very stressed. Air conditioning. Yeah, no, but I don't like feeling that cynical. Okay, the garbage truck is on my street. Okay, yeah, he's on my street. But I don't like feeling that cynical and that mean. Obviously, nobody wants to feel like an asshole, but I can't help but feel like that because it's just like or like if somebody complains, oh, my mom made this one dish that she knows for a fact I don't like. Oh, well, at least you're able to eat food. Yeah. Yeah, no, one thing I definitely regret not doing, but I understand why I didn't do it. So when most of the people had left and Gabe had let me back to the burn unit where he wasn't in the burn unit. He was in the burn unit of the ICU and the pediatrics unit were connected. So he led me back to the pediatric ICU and he asked if I wanted to kiss Everett's forehead, and I said no because because of two reasons. I first didn't want to accidentally hurt him because of how bad his head trauma was. He had to have a section of his skull removed, and he had a tube coming out of his skull, and he had a bunch of sensors on him that I didn't want to accidentally knock off because those sensors were the only thing that would tell the doctors if he was about to have a seizure. But I also just didn't want to see him like that, and I don't think there's anything that will ever replace just the fear of not knowing how you're going to react when seeing that. I remember when we were in the car and we were getting closer to the hospital, I was just thinking to myself, oh God, because I'd already seen the pictures of him, but I hadn't seen him in person. I couldn't even for the first day, I did not want to stand at the left side of him because that side wasn't as pretty. Because that side barely looked like him at all. And he was just so, all around, very just injured, and I didn't want to get near his injuries. I didn't want to see them. And I didn't even try giving him a hug because I didn't want to accidentally hurt him because he had already had so many injuries in the chest area. He had, from the accident itself and from CPR. I know from the accident he broke at least 3 of his ribs. I know for a fact he broke probably another 2 or 4 more from CPR. Because it was very much a bad, very bad accident. Most of the trauma was in his head because that was where his body impacted the tree first. It went his head and then it went to his chest, which are the 2 worst spots to get injured if you think about it. It is the worst worst couple of places you could probably get injured, is your head and your chest, because that's, where your brain is, that keeps you alive, and where all of your vital organs are. Mama still hasn't read me the letter from Life Center. I'm not going to push her on it, because I don't want to push her. I know she was planning to read it to me, and then she forgot, but I don't want to push her, because the letter from Life Center tells us who his organs went to, because he was in fact an organ donor, and which organs that they had to take. So I know that they were planning on donating his heart, except they kept on giving him propofol, which made his heart health worse and worse and worse, even after he was pronounced brain dead. Yay, welcome back. Yeah, but they kept on giving him propofol, which made his heart health worse, which made it to where he almost died of heart failure instead of neurological failure, which is a whole different thing of, shit you gotta diagnose. Yeah. I'm gonna stop pacing around now because my back hurts. Yeah. Anywho, let's talk a little bit more cheerfully. So, plans. Yeah, I do in fact go to church, but, my main thing is I need to make a better plan for my future, because according to my mom, you shouldn't just plan your future to have a frivolous lawsuit, which is interesting, because, yay, good for you, which is interesting because it's like, first off, when I age out, it's my inheritance, if I so want to sue somebody with that, I will do such. Because, it's the only thing that I can think to now, because my plan was previously graduate high school, get married, stay at home mom. I can do the kind of get the married part. His mom has given me permission to, after I turn 18, legally change my last name to Copeland. But I can't really do the stay-at-home mom half, because, kind of died, which really does suck, obviously. There's nothing good about that, but it was just, So now my future plans have kind of been foiled, because I don't really know what to do now, obviously, because, like, what is, like, what, there's no guidebook to this shit, man, and so my plans are graduate high school, use my inheritance to first get a, use my inheritance to pay for my medical expenses so that I can actually physically be able to get a job. Then I will, use the rest of my inheritance, which was going to go towards a it was going to be for a down payment on a house, but now I will be using that inheritance to hire a defamation lawyer, and then after I get a defamation lawyer and I sue the other mother living shit out of somebody, because of what they posted on the internet publicly. Oh yeah, I still plan on doing that. And it's... So I will guarantee you, by 2030, there will be a class action. No, the X isn't suing me. I will be, by 2030, I will be filing within the year 2030, I will hopefully have the funds to file a class action lawsuit for defamation of character and emotional damages. Because of what she posted. So yeah, that's exciting, I guess. We love lawsuits. I don't. My estate is actually being sued right now because my neighbor behind me, not at this house, at a different location, at a different estate that is, yeah, I'm being sued for, like, basically she's claiming that my deceased father agreed to pay for half the cost of her getting her fence replaced. He did not. And she's, like, been, like, a verbal agreement. So... yeah, yeah, but I will be doing that. And then, yeah, I don't really have many other plans other than that. But, yeah. Yeah, but, I will be... yeah, so the plans are keep on going to church, do all the shit that I need to, sue the shit out of Willow. Pay dig. Yeah, but, and I don't like having to sue people. Like, obviously, it's not something anybody really is super looking forward to. I'm just looking forward to making Willow suffer a little bit, which I know sounds really cynical and bad of me, but when you post stuff like that, it's kind of, you leave yourself up for attack. I know for a fact that she cannot go to, she can't go to public school in my city anymore. She has to be homeschooled probably, because Everett knew so many people from so many schools and were so hurt by what she posted that she would be targeted at any in-person school that she goes to. So, yeah. Yeah, but would it be darker on the? I think I might have been doing this backwards. Shit, hold on. Ugh. You know, but everything is. I'm one to be excited about school. Not so much now. You know, I really did plan to one of my classes that I actually picked out so that I could be in that class with my boyfriend, because it's a little bit difficult because he was 1 grade older than me, so we would have to plan a little bit better to share a class, right? So I signed up for like African literature or something. Yeah. So I signed up for African literature so that I could go to that class with my boyfriend. Obviously that plan fell through. Did not go as planned. So hopefully some of my other friends are taking African American literature. I really, really hope that that some of my other friends are taking that class, because I cannot I can't deal with this shit anymore. Was excited for the school year, but now everything is just kind of like, even the most simple plans have fallen through. I was gonna match Halloween costumes this year with my boyfriend. We were going to be Mrs. and Mr. Fox from Fantastic Mr. Fox. Okay? That did not go as planned. Obviously. Yeah. But one not even positive thing that my dog sees something. Hold on. Okay, Bosco, go at it. Oh, it's a mouse. Shit. Bosco. Ah! Oh, that's a squirrel. Bosco, hey. Dude, you're gonna get fucking rabies. Get back here, you... Dude. Oh my god. Bosco, get back here. Get back here, you stupid ass bitch. No, Bosco. Bosco. Oh, that's not even a squirrel. Oh my god, it's a marmot. What the fuck? Why is there a marmot? What the fuck is happening? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the actual... No, Bosco.
Bosco.
What the fuck?
Wait, Bosco.
That thing's gonna get under our fence. I think... That's a marmot, isn't it?
It is.
Oh my... Why is there... There's a marmot.
I don't think he's stuck. He moved back, so...
He's just what are you...
Bosco. No.
What the fuck?
He might have, like, rabies or something. I don't think so. He's not, like, foaming at the mouth or anything. Keep Bosco inside.
Bosco, come on!
You gotta grab him, Marida. He's not gonna move.
I know. I was wondering why he was so... Come on, Bosco. There's no one inside. I'm sorry. Oh, that's... Oh, God. What will it do?
You just gotta sit in there.
It's so loud. I'm gonna... What? Oh, it's approaching.
Just give me the broom. Come on. Shoot.
It's so loud.
Likely to scare off predators.
Probably. Jesus. I didn't even know marmots came... Why is there a marmot in our neighborhood?
For the same reason deers pop up.
This is wild. I just thought it was like a mouse or something. Bosco! Hold on, I want to see where Mom is.
I want to go back inside. Alright, go on. down.
Oh my god.
Go, go, go. Go.
Hold on, let me...
Dude, do it on its teeth, man.
That's... Wow.
Go on. Go. Go, go, go. 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 Hey. Go. Go, go, go.
This is... Oh god.
Go, go, go.
Maybe he wants food. What's a marmot?
We're not feeding the marmot.
Aww. The screen door shut, but that was a little difficult.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh god. Bosco, get back here. Bosco. This is... What the fuck? It doesn't look like it has rabies though, so... This is... Like, what... What do we do? Do we call animal control? Okay, Bosco, come on. You gotta go back inside. Stop! I'm gonna go get some shoes on and see where this thing is.
Are those gloves still on that chair?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. There's a marmot in my backyard. A marmot. I have no words to explain. That is something I never thought would happen. There's a marmot in my backyard. What the fuck? That is not something that should be happening in my neighborhood, mind you. Marmots typically live about... I don't even know how a marmot traveled this far. Marmots live like about 5 miles away from my home. 5 miles. I'm gonna go put shoes on so I can help. What the fuck? What is happening, dog? Oh my lord. I think I have some slippers. Where's my other slipper? Okay, we might have to put on dress shoes because these are the first shoes I can find. It's like screaming at us and chirping, and I don't know. No, not Mormon, lol. It's a marmot. Yeah, no, there's a marmot in my backyard. Why? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna try to get my dog inside. Did you get it out? No? Bosco, come on. Get inside. Hey. Inside. No. Bosco, come here. Bosco, stop it. Stop. Inside. Come on.
Go away. Go. Go.
Hold on. You need to, I'm not gonna get inside without letting Bosco out. No. No, Bosco. No. I'll be right back. Hey, thank you. There's a fucking marmot in my yard. What the fuck? I don't have any wood blocks. Shit. We're just gonna use this. This is fairly loud. You gotta fight loud with loud. So we need to scare it off. Bosco, move! Now! Move. No. No, Bosco. No. Absolutely not. No. Oh, I'm sorry, Bosco. Happy birthday. Okay, I'm gonna go see where my mom is. I'll be right back. I'll just set you guys right there for now. Shit. Okay, chat, it's back. Go find it. Go find the marmot, Bosco. It's still in my backyard. Okay. Hey, what is that? It's probably in that bush.
Over here somewhere, Bosco.
There it is. We hear it.
Oh, fuck, it's right. It's here.
Oh my god. Bosco is forever to get bit. It's his fault to get bit. Shit. What if it runs towards us, though? I'm thinking
Turn on the water.
Turn on the water?
Turn on the water.
Okay. Shit. I'm scared. Don't spray until I'm out of the way, okay?
I can't promise that. Turn it on fast.
Oh my god. Hope this doesn't ruin our fireplace. I don't think the water's scaring it at all. I think it's cooling it down. There's still a marmot. Okay.
Alright, go downstairs, get the laundry basket off the dryer, dump the laundry on the basket.
Okay.
Hurry.
Keep on doing this thing to try to intimidate it. Oh, Oscar's here. Oscar?
No.
Well, Oscar, you want to get that? There's a big old animal. was a... Oh no, their Marmots, squirrel has gone in my house. My cat brought a cat squirrel into my home. So be where you out there helping. Some cat. Okay.
Window well.
Oh yeah. Put the base of the fireplace. Put it over the window well. I'll move my mic. You move it, then you get the Rio fireplace thing over it. Okay. On this side, shut. Marmots and squirrels are completely two different species. Okay. Bosco! You get him inside. Yeah, get Bosco, come on! Get out! Get out! Bosco, come on! Where do you have to grab him? Yeah. Bosco. I know, Bosco. Come on. You're not fighting Bosco. You need to be inside. You're gonna get bit by the marmot. No. Inside. This is stressful.
Marinate, you're gonna grab the fire pit.
I don't know if it's gonna stay that way. Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? What? Go around the side. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna... Honestly, I'm just gonna grab the grill tongs. I don't know. Touche. Oh my god. The marmot got out from under the fireplace, and we don't know if it's gonna go around or not. And I'm gonna open the gate, turn around, close it, make sure it does not get up here. It has a tendency of going around. Anywho, I'm gonna end stream now because we have shit to do.